as the medium-term budget policy statement is this afternoon at 2. The ANC says the mini-budget, which Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana, in fact, these are some visuals, live visuals at the moment, where we're seeing the Finance Minister arriving in Parliament, where he's expected to table that budget this afternoon. And many saying, as I said, Kasatu is saying, he should focus on job creation. Other parties calling for stricter fiscal discipline and reform to restore the confidence. So Tshepo's there. I'm not sure how far he is from the minister. I can't imagine he's about to run there, but the minister seems to be chatting to people. Tshepo, I can see some people getting to him. How are we doing? I know you were there as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We continue with our rolling coverage ahead of the medium-term budget policy statement. As you can see, the minister here, he will be presenting his budget earlier at around 2 o'clock. Let's just take a listen in to hear what the minister, anything that we should expect?
What?
Anything to expect in South Africans? What's your message for South Africans who are waiting?
Wait for 2 p.m. Wait for 2 p.m. Rifter can say anything he wants, not me.
All right. Okay.
All you can say.
There you have it, Leanne. Of course, yeah, the minister saying that we should just wait until 2 o'clock when he will be presenting that medium-term budget policy statement. But we continue with our coverage of this medium-term budget policy statement. We are now joined by the General Secretary of FEDUSA, Rifter Acham. Of course, the millions of public sector workers are waiting in anticipation. What we have seen in recent years is that the public sector wage bill has been coming down. It used to account about 34%. Now it came down to around 32%. What's your take on that?
Well, good morning to you first and foremostly, and good morning to the viewers. Whilst it presents a good picture to South Africa and to government, it does not necessarily mean that it is good for South Africans and for service delivery. That has always been the intention of government, to trim the wage bill. But when we talk about service delivery to South Africans, public servants should not be seen as an expense. They should be seen as an asset, because they are the actors and the drivers of service delivery as part of a developmental agenda that South Africa so dearly needs. We can ill afford cuts on education, health, security, etc. So whilst that brings relief to the balance sheet, it certainly does not bode well for South Africans who are reliant on a well-delivered and a well-oiled system that must deliver to the poor and the working class.
I'm sure you've also been looking at the incentives for early exit in the public sector. How, the engagement that has been happening within the union, but also with government?
Well, we see it as a mild retrenchment exercise, absolutely nothing else. What we are seeing currently is that the uptake of this particular so-called incentive by government is not as wonderful as what it was. Those who are over 55 are simply not biting the cherry as government has anticipated. So what we are seeing now is, number one, hardship. Number two, an extension of the wages, that very small pack that some service delivery organs, such as public services, have to extend to their families and societies. So at the end of the day, even though we are looking at an aged population within the public service, it is in no way good for South Africans, because at the end of the day, that is the operational and the institutional memory that you need within the public service that has to drive South Africa. So from where we stand, it's just another mild retrenchment exercise, and it has not been taken well in any such way. The numbers talk to the realities.
We are likely to hear the minister confirming the revision to the inflation target downward to 3%. Obviously, that will have an impact on how, as labor unions negotiate, it means you must also revise your demands lower.
Absolutely. Inflation targeting has always been seen as one of those measures that the governor of the Reserve Bank has been pursuing quite aggressively. From our side as labor unions, there's two elements that we have to take a look at. Number one, it's only going to drag down wages. We can't afford that. We are looking at the real costs to the economy, because what we are not taking into account is the fact that your household inflation, your drivers such as transport, electricity, fuel costs, etc., have a different spin to that. So whilst they may be receiving a far lower increase, in terms of the element that you are looking at, the ravaging effect of those electricity and other pull factors are not going to assist them. In essence, they are going to be seeing a demotion in their salary and not necessarily giving them that decent opportunity to drive the decent work agenda. So it's a benefit to one, but it's a disadvantage on the other hand.
Refta Jam, thank you very much. She's with FEDUSA, of course, not happy with the move to anchor inflation lower with the revision to 3% from 3 to 6%. With that, it's back to you in studio.
All right, Tshepo, thanks very much. And yeah, indeed, keep it up. We'll keep on crossing throughout the day up to Tshepo and the team that are covering that midterm budget policy statement.